Chat, I'm a little sick, so you have to forgive me for not hyping everything up. I really wanted to. We just trio queue this round on circuit, and I really wanted to talk it over with the good old YouTube chat uh, because I think there's a major key lesson, and then I bet there's a couple of other key lessons we can pull from this. I'm pretty sure we ended up winning this game. I don't know if it was just but but I really, really want to talk about it. We had great comms here as a team, so I was very happy with that. Uh, but I want to talk through this for sure. I think this is a very informative game. Circuit is a map where you can play a couple of different major team comps, but you don't want to. There's one team comp you really don't want to play into these other ones because the map itself, the map geometry really favors it. So really quick before we come out, we got our team on dive. We're running Monkey, Freya, Ana, Sombra, McCree, and Diva. So immediately we have a 1-2-3, which is fine in general. It can work if you play it right. But having the 3 be the DPS is almost never good. So we're going to see how that goes for our team. 2 fire strikes right down the middle takes out our lovely Freya player. Shout out the Freya player. So they should swap. They should swap. Good engage from Monkey here. He doesn't have a ton of support, and he gives up bubble pretty early. Um, for him to spot, right? You're looking out from the Monkey's eyes. You got Lucio pushing right up in your face. Ryan can't really contest you here, so this is a good ground to control as the Monkey. It's slower, but I would have liked to probably see pathing here unless you plan to hold for your cooldowns. You can also path through here, which might have been a better play. Yeah, I would have probably liked to see pathing through here just so you can keep your leap um, for when you need it. We'll talk about that here in just a second. But every single player on the enemy team has an angle on our Monkey on this corner, so he's going to have to give it up pretty quickly. Ooh, this right here, we're going to talk about. But yeah, all 6 of the enemy players have an angle on Monkey, so yeah, he's got to back up. Great duel win from our Sombra. Okay, so he walls off. Yeah, he just did. Ooh, okay, we go deeper. I see we're trying to punish the Rhine. We do get the punish on the Rhine. We see our lovely Freya has swapped off. Yeah, just send the pressure down mid is good. So this angle right here, I like a lot. Engaging with leap. Do we have shield? Okay, this is an okay engagement. You're half HP, so you're about to pop right through your armor health, so I would just be careful. Because at 6v6, you have less health intrinsically, and I would bet money, because this was a common thread this game, that our diva is not co-engaging with you. The importance of having the diva engage with you onto something like a Torb, I can't understate. Torb has a shotgun, so he's going to melt through your health pool pretty quickly. You're taking fire the entire time you're coming in due to this turret firing on you, and then the Torb himself is going to be dueling you with the turret's help. So you need to have some kind of assistance on this engage, and it doesn't look like we have it here. I don't think this engage is going to go well. You take the turret, and the hazard rotates, and we should rotate out, but yeah, we get picked. There's nothing for it. Um, so yeah, just be cognizant of your resources before you take engagements. One thing that I saw that I really want to uh, focus on, especially for our team, if you guys are watching this, shout out. Hey, when we're playing dive, especially, this is very, very, very important. So good pick here on the run. We're taking fire from the turret, which is a threat. You line up, and yeah, we're going to go engage it to take out that turret. So it doesn't matter when we're running dive where you start your engage. That does not matter. What does matter, and this in fact mission critical, is that when you end your engage, you are in LOS of your healer. So our Ana can see us here, and then as soon as we hop off to this line of sight, I don't think our Ana can see us anymore. Ana still has LOS. When you come out of LOS of our Ana, you have to rotate out, and that's going to be what kills you. So a better play here, slight optimization, tiny optimization. Instead of routing around and coming downstairs, and I get what you were going for too, because you leaped and kind of turned, and so you're looking to come back this way. A better optimization here, because you want to respect our support line of sight, would have been to drop. And in fact, because you had Weaver, you might have been able to catch a pull right? You might have been able to get pulled out. So yeah, instead of pathing away from your support LOS, always try to path into it, because that can be the thing that saves that team fight for you. So Hazard walls off. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Ooh, yeah, we're going to jump ahead a little bit. This is a quick tip. This isn't an in-depth coaching. So you always want to end your dives in support LOS. Their Torb is just playing out of his mind here. Holy cow. Yeah, no one's contesting him on that angle. But D.Va goes solo. D.Va is actually a better suited character to solo dive Torb, just because her kit eats everything he can dish out. So she's much more suited. She still dies though, because their team just rotates around. Yeah, she gets swallowed up. We're going to skip forward. Like I said, this isn't an in-depth coaching game. I just wanted to touch on some quick things. See the payload making his way around. Good team push. Huge bomb. Huge bomb from our D.Va. Drops 2. It's just great play. Yeah. Hey guys, look, I'm riding the payload. Oh, no, stay over there. Ride the payload. Ride the pony. Let's see what we got. Good engagement. We're pushed a little farther up than I personally would like. I think holding at this choke, or most of our team is where I'd rather be. I think you're going to have a hard time getting out of this alive, personally. Yeah, I don't see you making it out of it. And that's fine if you want to push for payload progress. We got good payload progress off the back of your push, but now, as they come back, all of our team has to hard disengage. When we could have held this choke, we could push them back, see that they're pushed back, evacuate, and hold them in the choke, instead of now we're having to have this team fight here, where they actually have advantage because they've got this high ground presence, just natural intrinsic high ground presence. Great comms from our team. We calmed the shadow was coming up, so we expected it was a team. Shielded it off. We're out of position for it. Great play from our team. This is legendary. He got so many. Yeah, this is a very good momentum. Yeah, a little team wipe. Don't ignore that. Let's get forward some more. Here. That was an interesting Matrix usage. I'm not sure what that was about. Great pick onto the line. Here you go. We snag the Torb. If the Torb falls over. Pull them out of the lava. Great. And that's a good spot to hold. Yeah, you can just pressure there with your bubble, pressure there with your taser. Keep them off that line until it's time to go. Are we trading out with the D.Va here? Yeah, beautiful. Force him to engage, keep the D.Va safe. Using our natural cover as well as we can here. I'd like to see the team route high ground, especially for dive. Playing high ground is really strong, and this is going to be a theme in this brief little video. But if we route up here, now when we use our cooldowns, right, so we're shooting down on them. Mind you, Rein loses all of his value playing from up here. Rein can't get any value onto our team from up here. And we still make the play. I'm not worried about making the play. It's the principle. We push up to here as they back. We can still tase. Our taser has pretty good range here. And they just have to give us the space anyway. And then when we're ready to, especially with Winston's new poke, when we're ready to dive, we can poke, and then jump and engage when our cooldowns can actually get some value. Right here, we engage into a bubble, into 2 bubbles. Yeah, we didn't calm the bubble. So just a little aggressive on the dive there, but it worked out. We got good point progress. We're rolling around. And if we can force this fight off a corner, this is good. Fighting on corners not good because they usually get 2-1-2 fights. They do swap to Hog, which is basically a strong counter attempt into our full comp. Yeah, anybody on our comp we suspect. Oh, great Matrix play. But anybody on our comp is suspect to the Hog play. So we have to be a lot more careful. Yeah, fuck you guys. Chased him. He lived. Congrats. Yeah. I would like to see a little bit more poking. I'm not sure if they kept the poke button for Monkey in. Let's see, tasing. This is fine. Get hooked here. Almost die. Ooh, D.Va saves us with her face. We get full healed here. Yeah. I'd like to see a lot more poking, right? So instead of just raw engaging here, we can actually can't go back where I want to. But instead of raw engaging, we can actually... Okay, we get hooked. We live. You're on the high ground. I want to see us. Guys, we got to use this high ground. It's such a huge advantage, right? Off of this to here, pathing around, right, to set up our dive. Now we have angles. Look at that. Look at everybody we can see pathing around. We can see their whole team. Poke, 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 poke. Only really the Hog can contest us up here, and the Emre, and the Torp. Torp is decent contest, but we can, all of that is negated by just stepping back, right? So we poke, 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 poke. We see something like the Zarya's low. We poke, and then we commit. So we just have to work on our shot calling for dives, I think, as a team. It's definitely hard. I think dive is probably the hardest comp to play correctly because of it just intrinsically requiring more coordination than anything else you can run. Like death ball is very easy to see. Go where the ride goes, pressure buttons, smash everything into it. But dive, you have to actually poke, set up your engages, avoid getting engaged. So definitely worth practicing as a team, I think. Having a dedicated few games to just practice dive. Hard practice dive. So focusing on dive, successful maps, then practicing actually diving as a squad, having a safe. That's what I like. Actually, this is really good. I see this. Yeah, so we're doing exactly what I want. Holding, poking high ground, sustaining, taking healing. We would have liked to see our D.Va comboing with us up there, but there's nothing for it. It's like a team issue. This is exactly right though. Just poking from angles. Now, we do need to be cognizant. We can take that side angle, especially when we're contesting third. This side angle is really strong. Because we can poke here, force the engage here. If they want to engage into these stairs, that's like perfectly fine for us. So we don't end up capturing this one. They do keep the point. That's perfectly fine. This is the thing I wanted to focus on, and this is why I actually felt like it was really important for us to make this video.
Ready for battle.
So as we prepare for the defense here, I decide to go Mauga. I really like Mauga on Poke. I think he's, well, I do know why, because I think his guns are just very well suited to playing Poke. He can apply a lot of pressure on an angle. So he can actually like force people off of certain angles, and he can tank like into something like an Ashe, a Widowmaker. He can apply just tons of straight line pressure and force people to give up good, strong angles. And we see that here. I'm actually going to take my own, I'm going to glaze myself a little bit here. I'm actually going to come on. But I want you guys to pay attention to how, and the Sombra has the same idea. So by holding this angle, right, I can lay down fire. I can control this entire area. Everyone on this straightaway is subject to me right now. So you guys were getting engaged into and giving up a little bit of space, and that's fine. You can do that. But if you watch, I do get pulled off of this angle a little bit. I'm gonna go.
Ready for battle.
Because I want you guys to see how forcing this angle is so strong and so powerful. So look, Juno has to take cover. Aim for this first little bit. I'm not any shots. So just take a little cover, reload. I see their team. I hear their build coming in. He has to back off, right? Especially a character like Mauga, he has to back off. You can poke anybody we want off this team, and they can't contest us. Do you see this? Nobody has any way of really contesting it. I can just poke the Hog down, landing tons of damage in. Watch my ult range. 27, 28, 29, 30. So I see them pressuring, and because this is such an enclosed area, I can do what Mauga does best, force this issue. So I actually take two. They do get me, only because the Juno comes and cross engages. And I was actually calming this. Sorry for the chat. But I was actually calming that the Juno was up here. But I was muted. Rest in peace. The Juno, now watch the flip. Watch the flip. So we're going to watch the rest of the team fight progress. They've committed now 3 players to my 1 up on this corner, right? 1, 2 at first. Juno sees what's going on, commits a third. I take 1. I take 2. Juno does close me out. So it's 2-1. We have an advantage here, and it's a tank as well, so it's an even advantage. On the main side of the fight, we are... Let's see. So they set up the turret goes down. Hog, Tor, go to flank me. So we have Imre and Zarya holding this main line. We've given up. By the time this team fight starts, we've given up the entire corner. We're not actually holding on our strong point, which is the corner. We've actually given them the ability to turn that corner and play into us. So that's fine. Because it's now a 2v4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A 3v4. So we're still advantaged here. Lucio's on the flank though. Nobody sees. I pick 2. We're taking some poke, but nobody's dead. Moon takes a fantastic position on the high ground, controlling. But now, right, because this Juno has the high ground, I think this fight is gonna. I think we're gonna start to fall over. We've actually forced them all the way off of main, off of street, because we had an advantage duel, and now 5v3. Yeah, we pick 1. We forced them all the way back. Beautiful. We pick 2. Great. This is fantastic team play. What we should do here, what we should be looking to do is while the SIG or somebody holds this main line, somebody should be contesting this angle. Nobody's contesting this Juno. She's completely uncontested and raining fire on our vulnerable heroes. So look at that. She's now drawn the attention of 3. Our tank is basically solo up here. He's got Sanka, but Sanka's feeding. Our tank is solo. He's going to lose. He's going to die. 1v3. Because Juno has taken a 1v3 to her advantage, right? So we do get the pick. But look what it costs us. It costs us a tank. It costs us point position. Now, this is on me. I should have paid attention here and realized that it was our tank that had fallen, so I needed to line down the front. I'm actually committed to retaking the same angle, but it's a little bit too late, and they're a little bit too advanced positionally. So even though I can take it successfully, and bad luck. Yeah, because the Winston should lose this fight. He's got support LOS. But he should still lose this fight. I'm going to win my duel, at least one. Yeah, anyone else. If it was solo, I would have beat the Hog here, but I could lose it. Yeah, because he's got double reinforcements come. I do pick the Hog, but he's got double reinforcements, so I'm going to die again. While that's happening, we've given up all this point progress, this is my fault. This isn't me, like, dumping on my team. We've given up all this point progress. We're going to lose Moon. And we're coming into a fight where Emre has to back. We lose that fight. So definitely, guys, I cannot stress enough on the importance, especially on the map like circle. It's so critical, and it completely changes fight complexion. Because imagine now, if every time they came up, it wasn't just me on this high ground. Imagine if there was 2. Even candidly, guys, even if they take this much point progress, right? If the cart is here, but we're holding strong on this high ground, we have this health back. I think it's a mega. Yeah, we have control over this mega intrinsically. We can always drop back. We can always drop down. And we actually have... Oh, no, we can't path through here. Oh, that's new. That's new. Wow, this is really good. I just noticed this here. This is definitely worth controlling as well. This is like a passive control, though. You never want to fight for position like this because it only covers this. This is good for attackers to take and to force defenders off of this high ground because this high ground controls this. What I want you guys to get in the habit of thinking about is the high ground generally controls the space it can see. It's much harder for a team to set up on this area if I'm here poking and providing pressure, especially if my team is here poking and providing pressure. They can, right? They can definitely, play card, play this car, play through this building, but they have to play a much more subdued and frankly much more difficult game if we control the space that sees the space. This is what I'm realizing about pro play and higher level play. Controlling the space is not so important. Like being down here and fighting it out, especially in a map like Circuit where you want to back up anyway, is not nearly as important as controlling this space. Because this space right here can see so much more and can gain so much more value for the same abilities, right? You can just place them in better spots. So we do actually stabilize here. And what I was calling for this. What I wanted to see was us contest now for another high ground, which would be this one. So yes, you can path through here, but that's fine. You can just take one character to cover this. And then we have huge natural cover here, huge natural cover here. They have to path up through stairs. And again, we can see, right? So if we had 2 here and 2 over here, or 3 and 3, However you want to split it up. It doesn't really matter the splits at this moment in time. But if we have two here and two there, they can't do anything here. We control the entire zone by our angling, right? So definitely, I wanted to talk about that. That was the main reason I wanted to look back over this game. Like I said, I do think we ended up winning it. Yeah, he had huge commitment. He just blew me out with my ult, but I just kind of run for life. Oh, I wanted to get a good stomp in before I died. Okay, that's fine too. I think our Emre cleaned it up though, and we did manage to stabilize. Yeah, that was all I wanted. I don't want to sit and badger this one out. So, thanks for stopping by. Love you. Bye.